everyone, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I am Average Joe, the Average Geek, and I've got another video for you here today. Today I want to talk something that is near and dear to my heart, and as you can see right here on the monitor behind me, we got a new Star Wars trailer for Solo, a Star Wars story, and I couldn't be more stoked about the coolness that we saw in this trailer. I loved it. Loved it. And, you know, every time we get new Star Wars content, and I have no shame in admitting this, I'm a straight fanboy. I'm a gusher. I go into it knowing that it's a Star Wars story, and I want everything that they want to give me for this universe. I read the books the day they come out. I read the comic books. You name it, I am all up in some Star Wars. And I'm okay with that. This trailer was really fun with me. Really cool. Had a really kind of unique vibe and a unique look. Doesn't look like any other Star Wars movie out there, but it has those things that are quintessentially Star Wars. And I can't wait to see this movie. So let's kind of talk about the trailer and some of the really cool things that I saw in the trailer. And what I kind of expect out of this movie. You know, first and foremost, you know, it starts off with this really cool kind of guitar riff, which we don't hear a lot in Star Wars music. It kind of reminded me of Blade Runner. I thought that was pretty cool. And then it kind of opens up into, you know, Han Solo flipping toggles and switches and levers on the Millennium Falcon, powering the ship up. And he goes into this voiceover about how he was running scams on the street since he was 10 years old. He got kicked out of the flight academy because he had a mind for himself. And it shows him and Emilia Clarke's character, known as Kira, in a high-speed speeder chase, which was really cool. Side note, if you look very carefully in the image right here, you will see the dice from the Millennium Falcon hanging on the rearview mirror of this speeder bike. And those that have seen The Last Jedi know the thematic significance of those dice from the end of The Last Jedi. So seeing them here was super cool. You know, he continues down this awesome little speeder bike chase, man. We've got stormtroopers hitting things and flipping and flying through the air, which is really cool. And you got Han Solo power sliding this speeder around the corner down another road. And again, just exemplifying his piloting ability. Which, because, you know, he speaks in this one and in the Super Bowl teaser about how he's going to be the greatest pilot in the galaxy. And maybe he is. Maybe he becomes that. And it shows some real fancy flying in this trailer too. You know, we get some nice vistas on what we see as Corellia, because we know 3 planets are confirmed. There's probably going to be more, but we get Corellia. We get the planet Mimban, which was mentioned during the Clone Wars for all of you canon continuity aficionados. And then we get Kessel, you know, the spice mines of Kessel, which we did see very briefly in the first couple of episodes of Star Wars Rebels. So if you want some official canon for Kessel, go check those episodes out from Star Wars Rebels, which is an amazing show into of itself. But lots of really cool stuff there. Definitely go check that out. So we see this vista, and then there's these weird kind of ancient obelisk things, and we see Woody Harrelson's character. Actually, a lot less stoned than we usually see him in this. His character's name is Tobias Beckett. And he tells Han about how he's putting together a team. And then we get this kind of Ocean's 11 quick cuts between all the team members. We see Thandie Newton's character, Val, not Sana, from the comics. She's playing a character named Val. We see this four-armed simian-looking alien. No idea what that species is, no idea what the character name is, no idea who's playing that character, but it looked really freaking cool. Then we see Phoebe Waller-Bridger's character, the droid, L337. L337. For all of you gamers from the 90s that know a little Leet speak, you know that droid is Leet. And it's a really cool looking droid. We even get this cool moment where L337 is in the cockpit beside Lando Calrissian, and they look at each other and do this, and Return of the Jedi, when Calrissian is saluting Han Solo, saying goodbye, good luck to Han Solo before the Battle of Endor. He gives this kind of we're seeing that kind of visual continuity there, which makes me very happy. And then, of course, we get Donald Glover's brief images of Donald Glover's Lando Calrissian and that $1 million smile. It's looking like they're at a card table or something. So I wonder if that's the game where he loses the Millennium Falcon to Han Solo. For me, I'm making a prediction that the real star of this movie is going to be Donald Glover's Lando Calrissian. Donald Glover is one of the most gifted musicians and actors working today. He's done some wonderful, wonderful things in TV and film. And if you've listened to his music under the name of Childish Gambino, you'll know that he's very gifted musically as well. So he definitely has this charisma and swagger that just exudes Lando Calrissian. Great casting. Great casting. And then, of course, we get these other sequences that kind of look like the heist kind of things going down, including this really wild-looking creature person in this armor that has kind of like vestiges of Mandalorian armor, but it looks decidedly primitive. It almost has like feathery head tails coming off of it, like a primitive headdress. We don't really know much about this character. It's been suggested that they are a Kessel guard, but we don't really know yet. We won't really know until the movie comes out. All I know is they look really freaking cool. In the teaser trailer on the Super Bowl, we actually see on top of this massive train moving through the mountains, we see Tobias Beckett on top of the train, and he's firing weapons at this creature, person, armored thing running at the top of the train. And it's definitely a really cool image. Definitely very Star Wars in its nature, and I think it's pretty cool. It's definitely pretty cool. Lots of really fun stuff in this character. We actually get a little bit in this trailer. We get Alden Ehrenreich's first words that we hear of him as Han Solo. And I think it's really good. One of the things that is tripping people up is that Alden Ehrenreich doesn't really look like Harrison Ford. He's got the cleft in the chin. He's got that smirky grin that Harrison Ford has. So I'm cool with it. I'm completely buying it. We have to remember, and this is going to be a hard thing to remember because Harrison Ford is so great at everything he touches in film, that Han Solo is a character, not an actor. And we have to look at Alden Ehrenreich's ability to portray the character without necessarily doing a Harrison Ford impersonation. That's going to be very important. I don't want him to do a Harrison Ford impersonation. I want him to be Han Solo. And for me, I think he's doing it. There's this one particular scene in the trailer where Emilia Clarke's Kira looks at him and he says, I think I might be the only one that knows what you are. And he kind of puts his hands on his hip and goes, what's that? And gets kind of serious for a second. And I think she's going to look at him right square in the eye and goes, a hero. or something similar to that. You know, something that he claims not to ever be, but as we see in the original trilogy, that's what he is. You know, he's not this selfish animal that we have all expected him to be. You know, he has the capacity for amazing heroics. And I think we're going to start seeing some of that in this particular movie. Now, at the end of the trailer, we see some of the most cool space sequences that we've ever seen in Star Wars. I'm willing to bet that this is the Kessel Run. We have no canon source for anything of what the Kessel Run is. In the old Legends continuity, it was a series between black holes surrounding the planet Kessel. Or not surrounding the planet per se, but in the various star systems around the planet Kessel that manipulated space-time to a degree. It made hyperspace travel very, very difficult. So the 12 parsecs is how close are you skirting to these black holes. In this trailer, if it's the Kessel Run, it looks like it is the Kessel Run. It looks to be this corridor of a space anomaly, and inside it is a straight-up H.P. Lovecraftian cosmic horror electric space octopus squid thing that is just flailing about and thrashing about and threatening to destroy our ship and our crew. And there's this wonderful moment where when Han Solo goes, I thought we were in trouble there, but we're fine. It's fine. We're fine. And to me, it felt very Han Solo. It felt like the scene in A New Hope when they're breaking into the detention block. And he's honestly, weapons leak here, very dangerous, lockdown, everything's fine, we're fine, how are you? And it's one of the greatest lines in A New Hope. And it really shows Harrison Ford's delivery as Han Solo. And I felt this line we saw in the trailer was right in line with that. And of course, we see some really wicked flying of the Millennium Falcon flying, being chased by a couple of new designs of TIE fighters as well. And he flips over and he smacks the TIE fighter with the side of the ship and knocks it into an asteroid belt and begins dipping and diving around this space creature. Because, it's not a Star Wars movie without a monster. This is really cool. I'm kind of gushing about this. I love this trailer immensely. I think we're going to have a lot of fun in May. Not all these Star Wars movies have to be the same. They don't have to look the same. They don't have to sound the same. They just all have to be Star Wars. And I think this is going to bring, what it means to be Star Wars and bring it in spades. I'm extremely hopeful for Solo, a Star Wars story. If you like this video, please, by all means, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. We're making that push to 1,000 subscribers. Leave a comment down below. Did you like the trailer? Did you hate the trailer? What did you like? What didn't you like? What do you think about Alden Ehrenreich's performance? Are you concerned? Or are you hopeful? Or are you like me? It's just like everything Star Wars is awesome. I'm very curious. Let's have this conversation. Thank you all very much for watching. We will speak again very soon. I am Average Joe, the Average Geek. Peace.